Hi guys, it's me, Paper and Stamping. This is like the 5th take on this, so I'm trying. I started filling it out, and I was like, oh my god, I haven't done a video to do the project that I'm doing. This is a household planner. I keep a household planner separate from like a normal everyday planner. It's got the years in certain ways, and then because, for example, this is going to be my 2016. I got them at the Dollar Tree. I get 2 so I can, because I paste them on scrapbook paper to make them pretty, and there's no way that for $2 I could have printed the monthly planners and yearly planners by myself. I mean, I couldn't have done it at that rate. It would have been more ink and just the paper. They're very thin, so I'd like to pretty them up also. And this helps. I've actually Mod Podged them. So these are 2 one-sided papers of scrapbooking, 12 by 12, that I've cut down to 11 by 11. I don't know why. That's the size I like. And I Mod Podge it. And this is from my my Cinch. I know, I love my Cinch. This is plastic. I just twirl it in and reuse it. There's something from a couple of years ago that I did not add to this one that I just remember that I do want to add that really helped me. I'll go over that in a minute. The Dollar Tree planners, these monthly, yearly planners, they go. I went back to get one for my daughter. 2 of them, to make one of these for my daughter. I wanted to do one as a Christmas gift also for my sister. They were already gone at my Dollar Tree. They told me that they might get one more shipload today. So after this, I am going back. If not, I might have to go around the valley and get some other Dollar Trees to see if maybe they have some. Guys, once they're gone in my area, they're gone. You guys know Dollar Tree. And I think I told you I Mod Podged them, so they've got that protective layering. It's the household one. My kids are older now. My daughter's married out of the house. My son is still 22. He's older now, but when the kids were younger, there might be something wet on the counter, and I would throw it down, and so the Mod Podge protects that. These are just papers that I have left from quite a few different collections. I just grabbed some and did them. I'm still hoping to do one of these for my sister. So I'm gonna try to go to another Dollar Tree and find them. Okay, so I don't put everything that comes with the planner. There's some things that come with the planner that I put every year, and I really don't use it, but I'll show you. Like these are tiny prints. It's going to be 2016, so it comes with this page. I really don't use it, but I put it every year. The holidays and dates, they're listed on here. I sometimes use it, but it's got a lot of random holidays that that some of them I just don't know about. Let me see, that I would never know. Like, let's see. Let's try to find one. Let me see. Hang on. I'm trying to find one that's just kind of... Sorry, I'm not looking through using the Kindle. Like, okay. I just saw one. Now I'm trying to find it. Flag Day. Where is that famous Flag Day? Really, I lost it. In the Kindle, it's so... I'm so sorry, guys. I promise before the end of this year, I will get a better camera. I have more time in my hands now. So I really want to get into like a YouTube. I have a crafty schedule that I give myself time to craft, but I don't necessarily put the stuff on YouTube. Like this one, I was like, oh man. By luck, guys, if I would have put a lot more stuff on it, I wouldn't have shown it on YouTube. Like Flag Day, it has stuff like that. Do I really, Look for Flag Day, celebrate Flag Day. No, but I mean, the dates are there. But that's something that, you want to save a spot, don't use it. I don't use their telephone and address pages. Don't use them. These are it comes with monthly planning. I use these to write down dates of birth dates. So I do that just kind of for that, and maybe days off of work. Vacation days. I have a set like when my weekend is and all that. So, but just vacation and stuff. So this is 2015. My household planner, the reason I do my household planner separate from everything else is because, and I'm dating myself, this was years ago, even before cell phones. I worked in an office. I really didn't care too much for my supervisor. You're in an office. You keep things professional. Did she ever know that I didn't care for her? Not at all. You keep things professional. They're not going to know that you really just is not a person that you hang out with. So she was asking me to come in, if I could come in for extra hours on a weekend. And she's probably a very nice person, but just she was very rough. And maybe she was trying to be funny. I don't know. Like, now I think about it and it's kind of funny. So maybe she was trying to be funny. I don't know. She wanted me to come in a span of 3 weeks. What weekend can you come in to work some extra hours? And so I opened my planner to kind of look at what I was doing, and she kind of leaned over and looked, and she was like, okay. And she would like point, and she's like, okay, do you think you can fit it in between cleaning your fans, cleaning behind the fridge, or doing the windows? And then and the way she said it was just like, wow. So I don't know, and maybe it was like a personal thing that, gee, I have to write down a cleaning schedule because that's how I keep on top of things. I'm sorry, I don't know. And yet, and on her, to give her credit, everybody in the office would look at, okay, well, do you have this day? Do you have this day? And people, it was back then, it was normal to even, hey, here's my planner, find me a day. I'm kind of busy right now. Just find me a day. Pick it between here and here, find me a time and slot it in. That kind of deal. That was normal. So people did look at your planners. Look at now in YouTube. People slap their planners all over YouTube. But and you know what? Maybe she was making a point. I realized I'm the only one that had like a household planning schedule on my planner that I also used with my office. And it really, nobody's business. They didn't need to know what day I took the garbage out, and stuff like that. So maybe she was trying to help me. I don't know. With age, you learn, so, and I love these papers. I know you guys are going to recognize these from different old collections. And then I started filling some stuff out. I'm using pens. I'm going to go to the Dollar Tree afterwards. I Mod Podged them, and my flare pens, I can't find them. So I'm going to go find them from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, flare pens are best for Mod Podging stuff. The kind of stuff that I put on here, because I don't have everything filled out. Oh, and what I said is that I missed from other years is I would put a piece of paper, just print it out on the computer. I don't keep my planners. They're not journals. Some people do a lot of journaling and planning all in one. I don't do that. So it's going to be printer paper, like, okay, this is month of June. I want the month before a list of birthdays in July. And I really miss that. So I'm going to bring that back on here. And this is twirly things. These I just twirl, untwirl, and put them in. I mean, it's quick. I love my cinch. I love the ability of making books and notebooks and planners and calendars, and just making things that work for me, my style. How many times have you, oh, I need this. This is going to work. Then you buy it at the store and it isn't just quite right. I mean, you like parts of this and parts of another one and parts of this, and I've taken apart part of this, part of that, and made my own. The planner that I'm using right now that I really liked because it was a pink thing that I really liked was the Arc Planner from Staples. Um, I'm going to be making my own inserts for it soon. I've had it for about 7 months. I do like it. I kind of know what I like, what I don't like from it. I don't like it as a household planner because it's just too pricey. I enjoy making these, the crafting I enjoy. I can print these for $2 regarding my household. There's certain things that I like from it that I can tear out a lot faster than the cinch things. So I like to-do list on there. I'm rattling and totally off topic. If you guys ever want to see my art planner, let me know. Let's focus back on this one. Some of the stuff that I put on here is usually stuff that I don't like to do. Just a suggestion. I mean, for $2 and scrap paper, if you're a crafter, you're going to have scrapbooking paper. You're going to have, a lot of us have a way of seam binding. If you don't have a cinch, you know what I used to do before a cinch? Poke holes and ribbon. It works. Mod Podge, I do the Mod Podge because this is a lot of times in the kitchen and just in case if something's damp on the counter. It protects the paper. I don't want to spend too much time on these regarding, I don't decorate too much on these. I don't. But then again, I throw these out. Once the month is done and the thing, I throw them out. By the time I'm done, I've had years where I end up this thick, but then they slowly go down. Okay, some of the things that I write on here to schedule that really helps me get organized, and I just wanted to show these papers. And I like that it's got the full moons and all that on there. I know you guys are going to recognize some of these different collections. Some of these are really, really old. Okay, for example, the ceiling fans I put on here. Do the ceiling fans. I put, do the windows. I do the baseboards. I put clean the fridge, you know, clean behind the fridge, clean behind the stove. I do not clean behind my dishwasher. You want to judge? Judge. I don't clean behind my dishwasher. Something about, I don't know. I just don't do it. My dishwasher broke about 2 years ago. I finally got a new dishwasher like a month ago. And I was like, oh my God, how bad is it going to be behind there? You know, it wasn't that bad. I guess it doesn't have that, the open top space. You know how the fridge has the open top space and the sides is what I'm trying to say. So it just wasn't that bad. I just don't do the dishwasher. Should I? The dishwasher is actually screwed in, not like the fridge, and the stove, you gotta like slip it into that non-tipping thing that they have. That's a pain in the butt, but you know, clean behind there. Trust me, clean behind the fridge. It's just a more open area that more stuff gets behind there. I do put also on there like clean out the freezer and clean it, clean out the fridge and clean it. I do put like a deep where I take everything out drawer by drawer and wipe it down. What's really helped me that I learned from other YouTubers that I've noticed like in the last year and a half or two is bins. Get those Dollar Tree bins. Put your stuff in the fridge in there for whatever reason. The fridge just stays so much cleaner. It makes that cleaning up faster. And then if something gets icky, it's kind of like in the bin. And it's so much easier to just to pull a little plastic bin out than to pull a whole fridge drawer out, if that makes sense. I do put on there, talking about kitchen drawers, I do put on there, clean out the kitchen drawers. They get dusty and stuff. This is stuff that I need to be reminded of. You don't need to, you don't put it. These are just suggestions. Change the air filter. That's something that I put on there. Let me think of what else. I have on the years that I don't make one, I really miss it. Does everything get done exactly that day that it's on there? Sometimes no, but at least it gives you an idea. And the more you get to doing it, believe it or not, the more it makes life easier. I put dusting. I gotta dust my house. That has to go on there. I don't know if you guys want a list of suggestions of what you can put on there. But this is stuff that I do, and it helps. And it just feels better to me. I don't know. And plus I get to craft, and I love to craft, and so it's kind of fun. Like this, water plants, take the garbage out, the bathrooms. I'm not a fan of laundry. I definitely have to do laundry. I do laundry. I had some laundry baskets. I had 3 separate laundry baskets in my closet at one point, and I really missed that. I thought I wasn't going to miss it. It's so much easier to sort out your laundry already. Like, have 3 different small laundry, and they sell them now with wheels. Mine broke. I'm just trying to find one that fits in my closet, the different sizes, that 3 that are going to match, whites, darks, and I do towels in one. I don't know why, just whatever. So it's already sorted. It makes life easier. And I find that I sort my laundry better while I'm washing it if it's already pre-sorted. I went back to 1 laundry basket because my Harley really loved my closet. It's really dark in there, and I even ended up at one point, I just barely took his pet bed out on Tuesday, maybe, or was it Monday? I took his pet bed out. So I had made room for him, and having the 1 laundry basket, believe it or not, I just didn't have time to sort. It was easier if I had already pre-sorted it. So now I'm going to have more room in my closet again. So I'm going to go back to that. Do things that work for you, that you need. This is all about what you need. And I know that I have a crafty schedule. I give myself time to craft. What I don't give myself or schedule myself is stuff to videotape my crafts and put them, my projects, and put them on YouTube. I don't do that. So I'm going to try to get that in there now and see if I'm better at it. This one I was like filling it up, and then I started to fill a couple things. I'm like, oh man, I haven't showed it. I guess I'll show it to see it. I don't know if you guys have household planners that you like. I love it. And when I don't do them, I miss it. On the years that I miss it, did I say go and get the planners? You might already have a problem finding them at Dollar Tree. People use them. My Dollar Tree, there was one lady, she's hilarious. She works at a real estate office. She grabbed like 30 of them. And I was like, okay. And she's like, she gives them out to her employees, and she was like, do these embellishments, because she saw me grabbing some crafty stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, you can make them pretty. We need to talk, So she was like, do you know someone that does them? I'm like, well, I told her, you know what, you buy the paper, you buy the tape. I can help you do them. And cover them and make them pretty, and that kind of deal. And she's like, oh. And then she was like, okay, can you print like my logo or something? I was like, yeah, you have a logo, you have your business card, scan it, and Avery sells the sticker paper. Or if not, if you have to use the logo from business cards that she has, just slap those on there if you want, that kind of deal, And she was just, oh, it's like, oh yeah. So she wants to give her employees, planners. She wants to give some friends and family planners, and she wants to make them pretty. And I told her, go to YouTube. That you will see people that pretty them up. I mean, yeah, poor thing. You know what? That moment when a crafter meets someone who just has that moment of that moment, like, oh, I can be a crafter moment. I just looked at her and I was like, oh boy, she's gonna be so into crafting. She's in trouble. That first moment, she's gonna start embellishing those planners, and she's so gonna be into crafting. That how it starts. I think I started crafting like pottery when I was young in elementary school. There was summer enrichment classes that they had on base because I was overseas. Pottery, I loved it. That was the introduction to my art, to crafting and art world. If any of you have an idea of when you were introduced to the art and craft world, if you remember that moment, hey, I'd love to hear about it. Comment and share it below. It'd be awesome to find out if you know that moment, even if you have to think about it. But this girl, she was like, I'm not a crafter. I don't do stuff like that. And then she's like, what do you mean on YouTube? And on her phone, she started pulling stuff. She's like, oh, I can do that. I'm like, oh, honey, you were not a crafter before. Well, let me tell you, you're in trouble now. Did I say it to her? No, I said it in my mind. But yeah, so that was really fun. She has texted me a couple times, like, where do I get this? Where do I get that? I was like, wow. Hobby Lobby, Michael's, this in this area, blah, blah, blah. Look for sales, that kind of deal, fun stuff. And so that kind of got me thinking, like, if you were a beginner crafter, what would you do? Or where would you start with, or whatever. I'm just trying to think. Minimum paper, scissors, right? Because you already have scissors, and if you're starting to buy stuff, yes, you want a paper cutter, but you might have to work with scissors first and use that to buy glue and tape. You need paper, glue, tape, and scissors. You need this to craft, for paper crafting. Okay, well, anyways, I'm rattling. I'll let you go. Bye, guys.